Yo, yo. Sorry but not sorry. Boxing talk with CamJNetwork, man, and we back with another banger show, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. I got several topics to run through tonight, man. So we definitely about to cook up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like and comment when you come in the show. For sure. Show your love and support to the channel. You know what I mean? If you want to support, you can support through Cash App, Lala Cromwell oh 08. You feel me? Make sure you sub up to the channel if you ain't subbed up. And we got a lot to cook up on tonight, man, for sure, man. It's about to definitely get crazy in here, for sure. It's about to get crazy, for sure. You know what I mean? Hold on real quick. Let me tag my guy. Okay. All right. Now that we got that established. Hey, what's going on? Why I keep doing that on here? I don't know why I keep doing that. All right, all right. Hold on. I got one adjustment to make real quick. One adjustment. All right, for sure. Now we good, man. We good. We good. We good, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk with CamJNetwork, man. And we got a lot to cover tonight, man. It's definitely lit. And man, let's go ahead and get it started shooting off right off with the hit, man, with some talk, man, for sure. Um, First topic that I'm gonna get through tonight, man. Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois almost finalized for July 12th right now. Um, yeah, July 12th is the date for Usyk versus Dubois, and they will be basically going for undisputed for the heavyweight division, man. I heard that Frank Warren will be the head promoter for this card for Usyk Dubois 2, and the fight will be at Wembley Stadium in London. So we got Usyk versus Dubois 2 in London at Wembley Stadium. Frank Warren is the head promoter right now. They haven't announced any other fights that's on the card yet, but we would definitely stay tuned to that, man. And I seen them ask a question, pretty much saying, you know, what's what's what does that mean for define irony? What's good, my boy? Salute, salute. So and I seen them ask the question like, what does this, you know, fight for as Usyk and Dubois two? What does it mean for guys like Joseph Parker? Well, I can say I'm definitely a guy that's on record as saying that I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk and Dubois ended up getting made because that was the fight that Usyk was looking for as far as Dubois versus Parker and getting the winner of that fight, and that fight wasn't able to happen. And then you got one of the sanctioning bodies ordering, Parker to fight Usyk. But like I always tell a lot of people at times, man, um, a, a unification or an undisputed fight is going to trump a mandatory majority of the time. And that's the case that we have right here, as far as Usyk and Dubois. Both of these guys they fought before. It was a controversial fight where Usyk won the fight, by knockout by stopping Dubois with a body shot, which is you already know the history for us. Within that fight, a lot of people felt like Dubois' body shot for Usyk when they called it a low blow. They felt that it was above the belt line and felt that it was a fair shot. and felt that Dubois got robbed in the fight. You got people feeling that way. You feel me? So you got a lot of mixed feelings as far as that particular fight, and a lot of the heavyweight fans they want to see that fight happen for us. Usyk and Dubois, and it looks like we're going to definitely be getting it. Most definitely July 12th right now, and they're close to finalizing negotiations in this fight, and we'll definitely see what happens, as far as that particular fight. But I could definitely say I'm definitely looking forward to this fight for sure for Usyk and Dubois to settle the score because it definitely was a controversial fight. My personal opinion, I felt like the shot that Dubois gave was a little bit above the belt line. Thought it was fair in my opinion as well as a lot of others. So I feel like the undisputed fight for Dubois and Usyk is well needed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I personally feel in my opinion. And I'll be looking forward to this fight July 12th, man. And it brings me on to my next topic, man. Bruce Shoo Shoo Carrington signs on as a Ring Magazine ambassador. Yeah, just seen this last night. Well, I seen it this morning, but they posted it last night that Bruce Shoo Shoo Carrington, that 126-pound contender for the WBC and the WBO titles, um he's a Ring Magazine ambassador. And they signed on another prospect last night as a Ring Magazine ambassador as well that I seen. I didn't get to catch his name 100%, but of course, my main focus was on Shushu, obviously, because I wanted to talk about this tonight. What does this mean for Bruce Shushu Carrington as far as his career? I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what being an ambassador for Ring Magazine does for you. Like, I gotta be real with you. I don't know what it does for you. You know what I'm saying? And is this a strategic move for Shushu? I guess it's strategic for his team, for as what they're far as their mindset, far as them making the move, obviously. But at the same time, um, I'm not sure, man, about this move, man, because I mean, you just seen what Turkey did with with Shakur Stevenson, basically cutting his water off, saying that he won't be on any Riyadh season or any Ring Magazine events. So I mean, I'm just saying in general, man. Choo choo with Ring Magazine for as an ambassador. I don't know how to feel about it 100%, honestly, man. Will this work for him in his career? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, right now, for as Shushu, for as what I understand, Stephen Foden possibly maybe moving up to 130 to fight Oshaki Foster for the WBC title, possibly on Tank Roach rematch card June 21st, as well as Shushu may be on that card as well, fighting for the vacant WBC title at 126 versus Ray Vargas, a PBC fighter, on that same card on the Tank Roach rematch card. So I'm hearing that that's possibly in the works for Shushu getting a vacant title shot if Foden decides to 100% move up to face Foden. We'll see what happens if if it's beneficial, man. I would say this: I'm definitely a fan of Shushu. I definitely like how he moving in the boxing game. Ty, what's good? Salute. Hey Ty, I posted up two video clips today of our conversation we was having on boxing, man. I definitely thank you for joining the show the other day, man. You was cooking, man. Like I said, you definitely need to get you a channel, man. Start that channel for sure, man. Salute the Ty for sure. But back to what I was saying, I believe Shushu is definitely an amazing fighter. Um, at 126, curious to see if he can, become champion there. And hopefully that this move with him being Ring Magazine ambassador, helps him out. It helps his career. You know what I mean? So salute to Shushu Carrington for sure. Um, Another topic I want to get into. Today, let me mention this before I do anything else on these other topics that I got going on. Today is the 40th anniversary for Hagler versus Hearns. April 15th, 1985. Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hearns, the war, all that war, all that war. If you watch that fight, man, in the junior middleweight division, man, in '85, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere. I really urge all boxing fans, if you have not seen Hagler versus Hearns, today is the 40th anniversary for that fight. I always urge all you boxing fans, if you never seen that fight, watch that fight. One of the best fights I've seen, even though it only lasted 3 rounds. But it only lasted 3 rounds because them boys was brawling out there. Like the first round of that fight with Hagler versus Hearns, is one of the most best opening rounds. Nah, I'm not gonna even say one of the best. They are that fight. The first round is the best first round I've seen in all boxing in all fights I've seen ever. Like that first round, I try to share that first round multiple times, like on my Facebook and on my Instagram, and I always get flagged for it. You know what I mean? Top rank, they be flagging you immediately when you post like your own type of clip from that particular fight, man. And that fight is a pure classic in boxing. Today's the 40th anniversary for that fight. Of course, Hagler knocked out Hearns in the third round. Epic knockout, by the way, too, just to mention. And man, I'm just obliged to speak about this fight because this is definitely one of them fights. If you haven't seen it in boxing ever, watch that fight with Hagler versus Hearns, man. That was a classic fight, a fight all boxing fans will remember forever. Definitely a timeless fight, for real. Like, those guys were soldiers. Those guys were real warriors and definitely put on for boxing, man. RP to Marvin Hagler, man, and salute to Thomas Hearns, man, on their 40th anniversary for the Hagler versus Hearns, the war, and April 15th, 1985, man. Salute to them two guys, man, for sure. Rest in peace to Marvin Hagler, man, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Thomas Hearn as well, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Salute to both of those guys, man. Definitely had to pay honor, what I'm saying, and tribute to those guys for that fight, man. Definitely a classic fight. Um, and other news, Keyshawn Davis, both of his brothers, Kelvin and Keon Davis, just announced today that they will be on the Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos card June 7th in Virginia. And the press conference for that fight will be this Friday. So we will have a press conference for the Keyshawn versus Edwin De Los Santos fight this Friday. From what I'm hearing, this is via Brunch Boxing, by the way, just quoting them guys. Shout out to those guys. They do a great job over there with the boxing content. And Kelvin and Keon, they get to showcase their, the talent again on their brother's card, in their hometown in Virginia, man. Very interesting to see that. Love to see it, that, Keyshawn definitely, Keyshawn's the middle brother, what I'm saying, out of the three. And definitely love to see Keyshawn showing love to his brothers, putting on for those guys. And we'll see what happens, who they fight, and see who else is on this card. Because remember, this is one of the last cards for Top Rank because they're well. Let me make it understood. This is one of the last cards for Top Rank on ESPN in June. So we definitely interested to see who they bring out on the undercard. Definitely hopefully they pack the card. I know Top Rank, they got a few cards that they doing to end their whole situation with ESPN for sure. Ring Walk Boxing Podcast, salute my brother Eugene. Hey, if anybody ain't subscribed, subscribe to my brother Ring Walk Boxing Podcast. They live every Sunday at 6 p.m. You even catch me on the show cooking up as well on there for sure. Ty, let me read the comments. Yeah, they need all the spotlight they can get because they not that good. Facts. Facts. It'd be funny. I always be listening to KQKC talk about the Davis brothers and talk about how Kelvin and Keon ain't that good, man. And I be finding it funny because I don't be seeing no lying in it for real. Salute to KQKC boxing, man, for sure. All things salute my boy, man. What's good, my dog, man, for sure. All things, my dog. Yeah, but Kelvin and Keon, they will be on the Keyshawn versus Edwin card June 7th in Virginia, and they have a press conference this Friday with some announcements as well. So stay tuned for that Friday. Keyshawn Davis having a press conference for his Edwin De Los Santos fight June 7th in his hometown of Virginia. And other news I want to speak on. Let's get to it. David Benavidez is looking to force the WBA to mandate him to fight the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol trilogy right now. So I'm gonna read quote what Brunch Boxing reported yesterday, because they just reported this yesterday as well. Yesterday, they said David Benavidez will look to force the WBA to mandate a bout between him and the winner of the proposed Dmitry Bivol Arthur Beterbiev trilogy. If the winner refuses to voluntarily fight him directly after, Benavidez will hold the regular title for the WBA. So interesting right there with David Benavidez and his team. They're going at the WBA now, trying to force a mandate for the winner of the Beterbiev Bivol trilogy fight. And I love this move. This man, David Benavidez, is trying to fight these guys at all costs. He already got the mandate for the WBC to fight the winner for the rematch. Didn't obviously get that, and now he's the WBC champion due to Bevel vacating the title, due to him having the trilogy with Beterbiev, and as well, you got David Benavidez now going at the WBA because he does have the WBA interim title since he beat David Morrell, because he got the interim title because Morrell held that interim title after he beat the guy Hot Rod on that Crawford Magimov card last year when he started at 175. So David Benavidez is the regular WBC 175-pound champion, and he's the 175 WBA champion, well, interim champion as well. So he's trying to force that, and I love this move because you playing chess, exactly what my boy Ring Walk Boxing Podcast, my cousin, my family, Eugene definitely said. You know what I mean? He's trying to force the action. And I feel like the WBA, they should go upon this and take upon this order and mandate that. I think it's only right because you already done made David Benavidez wait and wait and wait to get his shot. Like he's been waiting. He was waiting at 168 for Canelo when he had the mandatory. Now he had the mandatory for Bevel because he won the rematch versus him in Beterbiev. And now we don't got that fight because Beterbiev, he's going for the trilogy with with Bevel. So now I think it's put up or shut up for either one of those guys with Bivol and Pretorius as far as the trilogy. Y'all win it, whoever win that trilogy, gotta see David Benavidez. It shouldn't be no talking about it. Shouldn't be no talking about it. Gotta see David Benavidez immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna read some comments real quick. Ty said, "My poor Benavidez came by a damn opponent." Man, see, exactly, man. This shit is definitely nasty work. Like they playing with David Benavidez at all costs. So for him to go for that fight in every way at all costs, I'm all the way with it. I'm a big David Benavidez fan, and I'm standing behind him on him trying to make his run to become undisputed at 175 currently right now. Then Ty says they scared of that Mexican monster. Facts, definitely, big time scared of the Mexican monster, definitely, and it's real nasty work. Like Bivol definitely, no, this is my thing. Like I said before with the Bivol, trilogy talk with Beterbiev. If y'all knew that y'all was gonna fight that trilogy, that y'all shook on it and that y'all signed off on it and everything immediately after the rematch, then y'all should have never got in negotiations with David Benavidez to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like the fight got mandated by the WBC, but y'all should have just went ahead and made y'all move on a vacate right then and there, because that was the move that y'all all already, had in mind to do. That was y'all mindset the whole time, to vacate the title and have the trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't try to figure no way around that shit. You know what I'm saying? The WBA, I mean the WBC, they already knew, like, shit. They did what was right in that move. Like, shit, they made that man give up that title, man, and it is what it is, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gotta live with it. Gotta live with it, man. It is what it is. And now we got David Benavidez. He's the WBC champion, and he's trying to force the WBA to no mandate the fight, for Bivol, or Beterbiev winner, pretty much right now. And hopefully David Benavidez gets his shot, man. He definitely deserves it, man. He done fought hard and worked his way up top, and did everything he needed to do to get the shot at undisputed at 175. You know what I mean? He's done the work. He's done the work at 168, on up to 175. So they need to definitely honor that and give that man his shot for sure. You know what I mean? So that brings me up to my next topic, man. Um I just seen a picture today. Well, I guess it was from last night, with Turkey Al Sheik with Luis the Cubas Jr. from PBC and Oscar De La Hoya at a Ring magazine shoot, and he was saying on the post, saying, "We are united to destroy boxing." Quoted from Turkey Al Sheik with a pic with Luis the Cubas Jr. and Oscar De La Hoya at a Ring magazine shoot, saying, we are united to destroy boxing." How y'all feel about that? Y'all can give me some insight in the comments about Turkey saying they are united to destroy boxing. Me personally, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's so wild that Turkey first said, when he first announced TKO boxing with Dana White, how he was going to destroy all the other promoters, and he switched up his whole tone, like switched up his whole entire tone. You know what I'm saying? Now he trying to be friendly with the other promoters, saying that they gonna destroy boxing together and stuff. Like, so who is Turkey enemy now? You know what I'm saying? Is it the promoters? Or is it just, somebody they don't even think about? We don't even know. We don't know of. Like who is the enemy for Turkey now? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand it, Ty. I'm trying to understand it. Yes, he is a pure damn clown. Like, pure damn clown. Turkey out of sheep. And these guys love them some turkey. Ty says, with Trump doing all this damn deporting, he need to boot he need to boot turkey ass. Facts. Said Ty said he switched up like Flash for the five heartbeats. Facts. My boy All Things says Oscar Mayer turkey tripping. Man, for real, man. Turkey tripping big time, man. Like, they're like he's confused of really what he wants to do. Is you gonna destroy the promoters, or you gonna destroy boxing with the promoters? Which one? Like, I'm trying to understand. I don't understand which one it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm confused. Like, I'm really confused. Like, he needs to enlighten me. He needs to enlighten all of us. What does he mean by this particular statement, saying that we are going to destroy boxing, in a picture with Luis the Cubas Jr. and Oscar De La Hoya, man? Nasty work, man, from from your boy Turkey, man. The boy be wildin', dog, for real. Like, he be real live wildin'. Like, for real. So brings me on to my last two topics that I want to cover. So I don't know if all of y'all seen today, But Bill Haney has an interview that just dropped on Cigar Talk with Najee. Salute to my boy Najee for Cigar Talk, man. Definitely, what I'm saying? Cool guy, definitely do great work on the boxing content for sure, you know what I'm saying? But Thomas Hill, my boy, salute, brother. Was good, dog. You got into the real good part of the show, man. So I want to talk about Bill Haney and this cigar talk. Let's do a reaction to the cigar talk interview, man. And I had to take some notes of what Bill was saying in this interview, man, because this interview was wicked, man. It was another wicked interview, man, for sure. So let's just start off. Starting off in the interview, Najee. Let me see what my boy said. My boy Ringbox, he said, I was looking for that interview 1 or 2 nights ago. It dropped today. Yeah, it just dropped today, like about 4 or 5 hours ago. So, crucial content. Salute my dog. What's good, bro? For sure, man. Y'all got into the good part of the show right here, man. So, I'm about to talk about Bill Haney's cigar talk interview that just dropped today, man. I had to go watch the full hour of it, and hear Mr. Bill Haney do some of his capping and contradiction. So we know what we here for. We gotta call it out, man. So let's talk about some of this interview for sure. So Bill Haney said that Devin Haney is training with Shakur. Oh, my bad. Devin Haney is training with Shane Mosley right now, currently. So um, Devin Haney for this upcoming fight with Jose Ramirez. He's training with Shane Mosley. He's not the head trainer, but he's just working with him, similar to him working with some other guys as well that you've seen him with recently. Notable what's Manny Pacquiao's trainer name? I forgot his name. I can't think of Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach, most notable recently, and some other people as well. And as well, this man Bill Haney went on to speak about and says that I gotta speak about this part. So Bill Haney says that Jose Ramirez isn't a cherry pick, but he said Tank Davis thought Lamont Roach was a cherry pick. And I had to note that down so we can kind of go over that real quick. So he literally goes on an interview and says that they handpicked Jose Ramirez so they can get ready for the the rematch with Ryan Garcia because of Jose Ramirez, his relentless pressure and his power that he has as far as his left hook. So they have this fight to traditionally get ready for the rematch with Ryan Garcia. And then goes on and says that Tank Davis thought the fight was going to be sweet with Lamont Roach and says that, he thought it was a cherry pick and it was a cherry pick going wrong. Well, let me speak about this, Mr. Bill Haney. For one, y'all thought Ryan Garcia was a cherry pick. Y'all thought Ryan Garcia was a cherry pick because y'all seen how Tank Davis did him in his fight with Ryan, and y'all thought that y'all was going to do the same, and that's why you was all in the build up for the fight, saying, "Oh, my son gonna kill him. Oh, he gonna walk him down. He gonna do this. He gonna do that." And Devin ain't do none of that shit. So it was a cherry pick going wrong on y'all behalf on the fight with Ryan Garcia because y'all thought y'all was gonna whoop Ryan Garcia so y'all can have leverage in negotiations in the fight with Tank Davis. And a lot of us boxing fans, we all know this. We all know this now. So for him to mention and say that Tank thought that Lamont was, going to be sweet and thought, that was going to be a cherry pick fight for him and that, it was a cherry pick gone wrong. No, sir. It was a cherry pick gone wrong on your behalf and Ryan Garcia. And that's why you in a shitty position that you in right now and had to kiss the ring with Turkey to get a fight instead of y'all being on BLK Prime because that was where y'all was headed before y'all has and kissed the ring with Turkey. So miss me with the bullshit, Mr. Bill Haney. Bill Haney with another contradiction right there. So let's get to his another contradiction of his. Um, this man Bill Haney says he believes Devin Haney gets hated on because he's unbeatable. Bill Haney was on record saying that Devin Haney gets all of the hate because he's an unbeatable fighter. I'm trying to understand why this man Bill Haney believes Devin Haney is untouchable after what we just seen last year, April 20th. The anniversary for the ass whooping from Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is this weekend, by the way. Just to mention to y'all, watch the fight, watch the ass whooping, belt the ass from Ryan Garcia on Devin Haney for all the Devin Haney fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand why this man Bill Haney believes Devin Haney is unbeatable because we all seen what happened last year, April 20th. Like, I'm really trying to understand this. Yeah, Thomas Hill, it's getting real. It's getting real. Today's been lit on the boxing content from KQKC Boxing Channel, from Upper Angeline, now me, and 2 Cents. I know she gonna be on tonight, so we all cooking up today, man. It's lit. Yeah, trying to understand this though. Like, what makes Devin Haney unbeatable? We seen his defense shaky as hell last year against Ryan Garcia. We seen this man not be able to hold the foam up and defend the left hook. Even seeing it in his training clips that he been in recently. That's probably why they ain't been doing no episodes on Devin Haney's YouTube channel leading up for the fight. What my boy Thomas said. Thomas said, well, where you can everything you want your way. Facts. And then Ty said, no, boy, he said, Bill Haney is just like Brian Norman Sr. No, let's reverse that. Brian Norman Sr. is just like Bill Haney because Bill Haney does what he do very well, and Brian Norman Sr. isn't that bright and doesn't do what he does well, honestly, brother. Ty says, if that ain't the most fraudulent shit, facts, definitely fraudulent as hell. And let me read my boy, my cousin's Ringwall Boxing Podcast. Brian Norman Sr. been on Mass interviews lately, like they want boot smoke. Great point, fam. Can't put Ryan down. They felt they saw something Haney could exploit and also backfire. Facts, facts, facts for sure, for sure. And salute to no Mrs. Cam J. Definitely gotta salute to Mrs. Cam J, the wife, man. Love you, my baby. Love you always, my beautiful baby, for sure. Define irony. I'm going more and more sick of these daddies BS. Thomas Hill. He is the originator. Facts. Bill Haney is the originator of all the boxing dads. No cat. Dope boy said, hope that fight get made between Norman Jr. versus Boots. Make it happen ASAP. For sure, for sure. And then Mrs. Cam J goes on and says, Brian and Bill is definitely relatable. Both live through eyes of their sons. Facts. Facts. They definitely live through their sons. Man, definitely. Thomas Hill says C plus is a special grade these days. Facts. And we remember that boy Devin Haney said Ryan Garcia was a C plus fighter in that weigh in. And we seen how that shit turned out. And exactly for him, Bill Haney to mention and say that Devin Haney is unbeatable is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard out of anybody's mouth. Really, really, really ridiculous. And let me mention some other shit that he mentioned that he goes on to speak about. Um, he goes on and speaks and says that working with no he talks about how they were their relationship with the other promoters and mentions and says that his relationship with the other promoters as far as him and Devin Haney that they have great relationships with the other promoters. But this is my thing. How was y'all relationship good with all the other promoters when last year on y'all purse bid for the Sandor Martin fight, the only people that bid it for the fight was Top Rank. And the only reason why Top Rank bid it for the fight was because Sandor Martin is their guy, and he signed on the top rank, and he was Devin Haney's mandatory. Who want to mention Eddie Hearn? Didn't bid for the fight? That was the guy they was working closely with last year with the Reese's Prograis fight, and they had him as an advisor for his fight for Ryan Garcia. Eddie Hearn didn't bid for the fight because he said it wasn't worth nothing. It wasn't worth him bidding the fight. Didn't want to waste his money. He felt like it was a waste of money. That's what we got from him. You know what I'm saying? So no, Bill Haney, for him to mention that they have a great relationship with other promoters is all cat. It's all cat because history shows from last year when y'all had a purse bid for the Sandor Martin fight, nobody didn't want to bid on the fight. Nobody didn't want to bid on the fight but Top Rank, and they only bid on the fight because Sandor Martin was their guy. So another contradiction of Bill Haney right there. We calling him out tonight on Bill Haney on the Cigar Talk interview, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Um, Another thing he mentioned, Bill Haney says civilians need to stay out the street business. So this is my thing about him saying that. Bill Haney saying that civilians need to stay out of street business. Bill Haney, you are a civilian. You are not a street guy. You know what I'm saying? You broke the code of being a street guy when you and your son went on to sue Ryan Garcia. Y'all decided to sue a fighter for battery in a boxing match, which you are the first ones to do so, by the way. Stop saying other fighters didn't sue fighter. Yeah, they been sued for money and other shit. You sued for battery. It's a total 100% difference. So you can stop the cap and that shit. Talking about you a street guy. You ain't no street dude, Bill. You ain't from the streets like that, dude. You not like that. You know what I'm saying? You suing motherfuckers. You telling on people. What makes you a street guy when you suing and telling on people? Make this make sense. Somebody make this make sense. I'm trying to understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really understand at this point. Like, it's not making any sense to me at all. While Bill Haney talks about civilians need to stay out of street business, and he talks for himself as a street guy, and this guy is a guy that's snitching in boxing. Fuck out of here! Like, like, come on, what are we talking about right here? Like we really got to be realistic and think logically around here. Like for real. Like make this make sense. And I'm gonna go on to say some other shit. So Bill Haney also goes on and says Devin Haney can't get any better. I'm trying to understand. So are you saying that Devin Haney has reached his peak and that he can't get any better? That he reached his full potential? Or are you saying that, he's that good to where he can't even get any better? Trying to understand the logic of what Bill was saying by saying Devin Haney can't get any better as a fighter. And I'm trying to understand why do he say shit like this? Like why do he glaze his son so much like this? You know what I mean? And promote his son so heavily, like Devin Haney is the best fighter that ever lived. Like I'm trying to understand this because he's definitely not. We ain't seen it. You look at the resume. The resume don't really the description of him being one of the greatest like that. Honestly, he speaks about the accolades all the time, talking about Devin becoming the youngest to become undisputed and everything. Two-time division champion, but seems to forget that all of us around the world, we don't forget what happened last year, April 20th in 2024. Like these men, they're trying to it's like they're trying to push us to not remember what happened in the fight last year. We're never going to forget that fight until you make that shit up. Like, like that's the whole reality. All of the accolades, being undisputed and two division champion, all of that shit don't mean shit right now. Your brand, your name, the respect, that shit mean more right now. That's what matters right now. You getting your get back, you getting it back in blood against Ryan Garcia. That's what fucking matters right now. All of this accolades, being undisputed, that shit don't matter right now, Bill. Nobody don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't. Y'all don't give a fuck about the shit. Shit. Look at Devin's interview, the first interview he had with Ariel Hawani after the Ryan Garcia fight, with him with the gray t-shirt on, where he was talking about weight classes. He don't care about weight classes anymore due to what happened to him with the Ryan fight, with Ryan coming in to fight overweight. He fighting at his own weight class. And look what he's doing right now with the fight with Jose Ramirez. They fighting at a fucking catch weight at 144. They ain't even fighting at 147. He doing exactly what he said for us that. That's one thing they was truthful on. They ain't truthful on a lot of shit. Yeah, Thomas Hill for sure. We smoke a big Devin Haney pack 420 every year. But like I said, man, they got to run that shit back with Ryan. And he went on to also mention in the interview that they agreed to drop the lawsuit. He mentions it in the interview verbatim, saying that they agreed to drop the lawsuit for the fight with Ryan Garcia in the rematch. So there you have it. Bill Haney on record on Cigar Talk saying that they dropped the lawsuit for the rematch with Ryan Garcia. And that was a part of the whole deal. And remember Ryan Garcia, what he say around the time when they was talking about everything around the Ring Magazine Awards, around the rematch. Ryan Garcia said they got to drop the lawsuit or it won't be no rematch. And look what happened. They this man Bill Haney is on record on Cigar Talk saying that they dropped the lawsuit for the rematch. And it goes back to Gabe Rosado. All of this shit comes full circle, man. The cook up is real. It comes back to Gabe Rosado. When that man said that them boys is hoes for the money, is well proven. Because them boys dropped that lawsuit. They dropped their whole integrity. They dropped their whole morals for the lawsuit. Just for that rematch for Ryan Garcia. Them boys was perping. And then for them to sit up there, and Bill Haney also mentioned saying that Ryan and Oscar didn't want the rematch. Why would you say they don't want the rematch? After what they just did to you last year. They cooked you in all angles. They cooked you in the build up. They cooked you in the fight. They cooked you after the fight. They've been cooking you for a whole year now. Y'all been a laughing stock of boxing. Literally, the laughing stock of boxing. We've been laughing at Bill Haney and Devin Haney for a whole fucking year and a half now, damn near. Well, year specific, because the anniversary for the ass whooping is this weekend. So a year specifically. We've been laughing at the Haneys. They've been a laughing stock of boxing for a whole year now. And they sitting up here have the nerve to say that Ryan and Oscar didn't want this rematch. Well, they the ones that demanded you guys to drop the lawsuit for the rematch, and you on record now saying that y'all did so. So what the fuck are you talking about? They didn't want the rematch. Why would they be scared of Devin Haney after what happened last year? That man Devin Haney got his jaw broke in the fight last year with Ryan Garcia. Why the fuck is Ryan Garcia scared to fight Devin Haney? I'm trying to get some real logical sense to this. Like, cause I don't understand this. Why would Ryan Garcia be scared of Devin Haney after he beat Devin Haney ass last year, breaking his jaw and everything? You know what I'm saying? Basically, fucking up his stock big time. I'm trying to really understand this. It makes no absolute sense to me. Like Bill going on the record saying this shit is just the stupidest shit ever. Like it's pointless to say and mention. Like nobody's scared of y'all, Bill. Nobody's scared of Devin Haney. Devin Haney don't have no damn power. He got pillow fists. He got a questionable job. Nobody's scared of him. He don't scare anybody. I'm trying to understand the Haney fans why y'all be thinking like this man Devin Haney is the greatest thing no smoking out this motherfucker, dog. I'm really trying to understand this shit because I don't understand it. And then Um, let's go and mention some more what this man has said, bro. Like this man goes on and says, um, he says, he says, the also he speaks about the press conference. Said that Devin Haney handled the press conference well in New York and L.A. And Najee, he asked Bill, why wasn't you on stage for the press conference? We used to seeing you on the stage at the press conference and seeing you chop it up and talking everything. No, no, at the press conference. The nigga Bill doesn't even answer the question. He goes on and says Devin handled the press conference well. And what else he says? Basically saying that, you know, he didn't want to be on stage to steal the shine for Devin and shit. He pretty much implemented that. But my thing is he never actually answered the question. Like like one thing about this interview when y'all watch this interview back, like y'all gonna hear him like when Najee asks him certain questions, he gonna deflect on a lot of questions and talk about some other shit, you know what I'm saying? And then come up with a bullshit answer or not even answer the question at all. Which is that's a known tactic for the Haneys and all the Haney fans. They do that shit, all of them. The Haney fans then got that tactic from the Haneys. Like when you ask them guys a question, they gonna deflect the question, not answer it, move on, or they're gonna give you a bullshit ass answer that's not the 100% answer of the question that you asking. You know what I'm saying? That's what these Haney fans and they do. They got that shit exactly from the Haneys, and Bill Haney is doing this a lot in this interview. You know what I'm saying? Um, Other stuff he went on to talk about. He was still crying about the lawsuit, saying that everybody has sued people in boxing, and remember earlier in this segment for us this topic, I already mentioned that y'all are the only ones on record for suing another fighter for battery in a boxing match. Y'all the first ones to do this. Like y'all can stop the cat. Like Bill, we own to all of the lies and contradictions, bro. We been on to y'all. Been cooking y'all for the past few years. Ain't no difference now. Only difference for me is I'm on YouTube now on a platform and I'm speaking my piece on this shit now. That's the only difference for me. I've been cooking you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit's getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's another thing he mentioned on here? Still playing the race card. He in there talking about Ryan Garcia he got a lot of love out there in the LA press conference because it's a lot of Mexicans in Southern California. And a lot of those Mexicans don't mess with Devin Haney anymore because of Ryan Garcia. Bro, you started your career out in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You were in the fight with Ryan Garcia last year where you and Devin Haney had a Mexican flag. I even had shirts with the Mexican flag on there for promo for the fight last year with Ryan Garcia. Like y'all got all of this shit where y'all was talking about all this whole Mexican shit, and now y'all trying to like really go at the Mexicans, saying that the Mexicans only support Mexican fighters and all of that shit. Which that is so untrue. I know a lot of Mexicans that love a lot of other races as far as fighters, specifically black. There's a lot of Mexican fans that love Tank Davis, that love Floyd Mayweather, that love um who else? Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them. So that whole case of Mexicans not loving no black fighters, that shit, that whole race car shit is cap, and it's pointless to really continue to know to try to paint for as a narrative. Like it's really pointless, and it's not getting them anywhere, nowhere for real at all. Because all it is fueling the fire, fueling the fire for the Spanish fans, specifically the Mexican fans, not to fuck with y'all no more. That's all it is. Like that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? For real. And another thing I wanted to mention. So Najee asked him about what what did he see in the first round of the fight with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. And he said that he was talking about the bow and arrow for us, catching the hook and everything. And he said that Devin was extending his jab too far out, and basically was saying that it was allowing an opening for Ryan to get the left hook, and saying that it's an easy fix for them. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying covering the left hook is an easy fix for them. So they'll be adjusted in this Ramirez fight and for the rematch with Ryan Garcia in October. We'll see. Because like I said before, in some of them training clips I seen, it looked like he's still dropping that hand and he ain't holding that phone up. That's just me. That's just me, man. Like I don't know. That's why I said we gonna see in a couple of weeks on May 2nd against Ramirez, because we know Ramirez, he gonna be throwing that left hook all night. He gonna be looking for it. They're gonna be looking for it for sure. You know what I'm saying? And we know Ramirez gonna be relentless all night, all pressure all night. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna see if Devin can, duplicate, going back, with his technical style, or he gonna stand in the fire like he did with Ryan Garcia and get clipped again. You know what I'm saying? Let me read some comments real quick. said, said, all right, my boy Big Play Sports. What we got? Saying the big play sports, they're trying to play it all as cheating, popping for steroids. Don't hinder his ability to get slapped with the left hand time and time again. And then Ty said he lied, and I can prove it. Then, Big Play Sports says, shocker, Bill Haney capped again. Facts. Big Play Sports again. All I want to know is what is going to be Bill's excuse when Devin get hit like a pinata again. And then Ty, she posted the thing. I can't look at it right now, but I'm gonna check it out in a second. Hold on, give me 1 second. Big Play Sports. All I want to know is what Bill excuse when Devin gets beat like a piata with that left hand in the rematch. Then Ringwald Boxing Podcast says they saying the PDs why he won. Thing is, when he lose the rematch, this will be a real bad look. He must win or his stock gonna really drop. And yeah, and let me comment on that real quick. The thing is, with the PDs, like I said before, if Ryan beats Devin in the rematch, that whole Oscar shit goes away. And the Devin Haney fans will not be able to make any more excuses about that fight with the Austrian ever again. You know what I'm saying? If Devin Haney wins, then he proves that the Austrian was an effect, even though us real logical boxing fans, we know that that little bit of Oscar in the day of a fight ain't gonna help shit for anybody. And on top of that, it don't help you to make you be fucking Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general, you know what I'm saying? It like the whole case for as Ryan Garcia is obviously a case of his supplements that he took being tainted. And real logical fans understand that and knows this. The only people that don't understand it and know it is the fucking Haney fans. They the only ones. And obviously Bill and Devin Haney as well, to mention. And Bill Play Sports, Devin and Bill have no respect or leverage in the boxing game no more. Facts, definitely a fact. Greenwald Boxing Podcast, David Benavidez and Berlanga, Rock with us heavy. Belanga himself gave his praise to the Block's fan base. Okay. And Big Play Sports, if it's such an easy fix, why not adjust during rounds? Facts. Then Ty said spamming that hood for sure. Define irony. If the Jose Ramirez that fall Josh Taylor shows up, watch out. Facts. All things. That Ryan power and speed different. Definitely a fact, man, for sure. And like you just to go off of what you said, define irony. Yeah, if Jose Ramirez come game like he did in the Josh Taylor fight, man, it's gonna be real interesting to watch on this fight with him and Devin Haney May second for sure. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I think Devin Haney in just an early position, I feel like Devin Haney should win this fight. But like I mentioned on the show Sunday, this fight could be a trap fight for Devin Haney with him and Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez, him and his team, they are very confident over there about beating Devin Haney. And of course, Oscar De La Hoya, he keeps being on record saying that they believe Devin Haney is a shell of himself after fighting Ryan Garcia and think that Jose Ramirez can beat him for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to understand what Devin Haney believes. Like, I feel like they think Ramirez is sweet too. I feel like they think he's sweet too. Cause they them guys, bro, if y'all really pay attention, Devin Haney and Bill Haney, they are very naive about what the fuck be going on. They do not read the room a lot of the times when they be in these rooms. They don't. Like, and they gotta understand that this whole shit with Devin Haney and Bill with the Ramirez fight, I cannot believe they can win this fight. Let that fight, let the ring be small for that fight. Devin Haney, he won't have much room to run around that bitch. Because we know Jose Ramirez, he coming full force forward. All pressure, all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna let off on Devin Haney in that fight. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see what happens, man, with that shit for sure. And I want to mention something else in the interview before I go on to this last topic, man. Um, Bill Haney, he mentioned they Najee from Cigar Talk, he asked them, um, did you ever have intentions on stopping the fight as far as the fight with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? And he said, no, Bill pretty much said that no, Devin, they have this thing where they look in the ring where if Devin gave him a look saying like the shut it down and stop the fight, he would have stopped it. So he said pretty much that Devin never gave him that look in the fight, so he had no intentions on stopping the fight. So let me get y'all opinions. Let me know how y'all feel about Bill Haney saying that they had no intentions on stopping the fight because Devin Haney didn't give him the look on stopping the fight. Um, Me personally, I feel like it was getting so bad at one point to where it should have been stopped because obviously, Harvey Dog, man. So shout out to Harvey Dog. He's a great referee, but he wasn't that night. He missed 3, 4 knockdowns in that fight. Like it was bad. You know what I mean? And a lot of people felt that, Bill Haney should have stopped that fight for real with Ryan Garcia. And I felt like it was getting bad enough to where he should have stopped that fight for real. But he chose not to, and he chose to allow his son to get his ass whooped. And now his son looking like he a little bit mentally damaged from that ass whooping. Because if you look at Devin Haney in them interviews and some of these little other interviews that he be doing, you seen him on the press conference in NYLA. That boy was just mid energy up there, like nervous energy, like didn't know what to say up there on the stage. He letting Ryan Garcia cook him on there. He asked him, "How did your little brother know about him failing the drug test and shit?" That boy Devin Haney couldn't even answer the question. He totally Heisman stepped the question. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that, bro. Like that's and it goes back to like I be saying about these Haneys and the Haney fans. You ask them a question, they ain't gonna answer the question. They gonna talk about some other shit. Like that's their biggest thing. Like they known for that. That's their thing. They be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like because they don't be they trying to cover their lies and contradictions and They don't do it well because what we do, we always catch them in it and we always call it out on them, man. And definitely interested to see Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez May 2nd. Hopefully they turn up the promo because the promo for this card been trash. The only person been speaking been Teofimo Lopez and shit. So I personally want Devin Haney to beat Jose Ramirez because I want to see Ryan and Devin in that rematch in October. And I want Ryan Garcia to win his fight against Rolly Romero because we need that rematch, man. And honestly, me personally, I feel like the rematch should be happening right now. It should be happening right away. But Devin ain't no real one to run the fight back. He want a soft touch before he get into a rematch with Ryan Garcia. He ain't no real one like Tank Davis running that shit right back with Dagon Lamont Roach Jr. You know what I'm saying? After a tough fight that was close, that was a draw. That some of you lame ass fans out here still bragging and boasting about a damn draw with Tank Davis and shit. You know what I mean? Some of you lames. You know what I mean? I'm just saying in general. You know what I mean? Tank Davis running it back like a real one. Devin Haney ain't no real one. He ain't want to run it back. You know what I mean? That boy wanted to fight a soft touch, and that's why I said it could be a trap fight. Devin Haney going that damn fight thinking Jose Ramirez sweet. He fucked around and get clipped in that fight too. You know what I mean? So it goes on to the main topic, man. Let's get to it, man, because a lot of the hostility today, the main topic, the subject at hand of the caption of the show tonight, man. The Normans got scary vibes. The Normans got scary behavior towards the Ennis'S right now, man. Boost Ennis got them boys scared over there, man. Especially after what Boost Ennis just did this past Saturday to Stanionis, man. We seeing Brian Norman out here on the YouTube streets, on the Instagram streets, Facebook, seeing him all out here in the comments and stuff, talking crazy on people's shows. And let me mention this too. It's so crazy about Brian Norman, dog, because I did a video like last week or 2 weeks ago about Brian Norman and them. And I got some comments in the motherfucking on the video. I got some comments from the video where dude was in my comments. And at first, real shit, I had to click on the page. I'm like, man, I don't know if this Brian Norman singer or not. Like it had like a purple background with saying B on there and shit. You feel me? So like I don't know if it was really him. He was in the comments. Hold on, I gotta find this shit real quick. I posted it in my group chat one day and I had to send it to him real quick. I wanted them to see this shit about this to see if this was really dog. But he was in my comments and he was kind of talking reckless in there, like on some emotional shit. You feel me? Like where I'm like, man, is this Brian Norman or is this just like one of his fans? And then it comes out last night. He was on KO. He was on Knockout Boxing 86 TV show last night in the comments on his channel last night, which is I ain't get to see it to click on the profile. You know what I mean? So I missed clicking it on the profile, seeing that was just that was the same profile. I was in the comments, but then he's in Brian Norman Sr. ends up having an interview today on KQKC Boxing Channel today with my boy KC, KQ, what I'm saying, the OG, and he going on a show. He in there clapping that knockout in there saying, no, knockout, no, he a hoe, he a bitch, and he this and that and all of that. And if I seen him in person, I put my hands on him and do this and that and all of that. Like he on there like that. So he let it be known that that was him in the comments last night on Knockout Show last night. So then it comes back to let me know that when I did that video a couple weeks ago, and that person that was in the comments with the Brian Norman name, it had to be him too. It was him. Hold on, let me get this. Let me pull this up because I got this. I gotta pull up what he said real quick, for real, cause he was on there talking reckless. All right, so it's the comments. All right, I got it right here. Back. So this was about 9 days ago. He like, why y'all lying? Go listen to him in the ring after the fight. So he was talking about no. This was after the Brian Norman fight that he had with Derek Quavis, and I did like a little recap on that fight and everything. So he said, I think Boost would hurt Norman Jr. No, this is another guy. So Brian Norman Sr. This is him because now it says Brian Norman Sr. So this definitely is him. This is him clearly. It says Brian Norman Sr. He said, you scared to fight Brian Norman. You afraid that's it, but you want Boots to go to Barrios because he's knocking his shit loose. So when I seen Brian Norman in my comments, that let me know that was real live him. Like he was real live, like in my comments literally a week and a half ago. This dude, Brian Norman Sr., is emotional as hell. Like emotional as hell. And I hope he see this video tonight. I hope he see this shit. And I'm gonna specifically clip up this part for sure. So I'm saying in general, the shit that he did with KQ earlier, the shit that he pulled for us talking about KO, that shit lame as hell. You an emotional dude over there. You acting like you a baby mama for real, then a damn father for real. You get emotional when people talk about your son, dude. When it came up to you taking a fight with Boots, you was negotiating the whole fight with Derek Quavis at the same time, and you had that fight locked. And then you sitting here trying to negotiate a fight on the side with Boots Ennis when you set to make damn near 200,000 to fight Derek Quavis on an undercard to a damn woman. You was the co-main to a woman's card, bro. You ain't want to come to Philly and fight Boots for up to $2 million. Instead, you wanted to take $200,000 to fight Derek Quavers on an undercard to a woman's card. Make this make sense. And you sit here talking about Boots don't want no smoke. They don't want to fight us. What? Stop with the bullshit, bro. What are you even talking about? We see right through the bullshit. Boots ain't scared of you, dude. Norman ain't did shit to be scared of, bro. His ass was about to get dropped by Tyrone before he beat Giovanni Santillan last year. He had to get that knockout because if that fight would have went to decision, he would have lost that shit. And he wouldn't even be no damn WBO champion at 147 right now. And y'all fucking know it. I don't like that shit he did with OG earlier. That shit was corny and lame as hell. And I'm definitely gonna be the one to call that shit out for sure, along with my counterparts, with my people in the boxing community and YouTube, for sure. That shit was lame as hell. To talk to a man like that, OG, man, he didn't even disrespect you at all. Ask you fair questions. You didn't even get to let him get his shit off far as asking you many questions at all for real, because you kept over talking him, so you wouldn't even allow him to challenge you with any questions for real. Then you gonna have the nerve to get off there, off the show, KQ on there talking about, yeah, well, he was over talking me. I ain't get to ask him any questions and stuff there, some of the questions that I wanted to get into and stuff. He ain't disrespect you at all from what KQ said towards the end after you left off there. And you want to come back on here and be calling KQ out his name and doing all of that gay ass shit. You ain't respected for that shit, bro. You don't get no respect for that. You were the one was emotional. KQ ain't say nothing disrespectful about you at all. Did a fair interview. You got emotional like a bitter baby mama. You got to deal with that shit. Y'all niggas soft for real. Y'all niggas is real soft for real. Y'all seen what Boots did last Saturday, and y'all want to take that fight. That's why y'all want to go to Japan and fight Jin Sasaki, a dude that we don't even fucking care to see you fight for real. Talking about you paving y'all paving y'all own little way. Yeah, y'all moving away, but y'all attaching y'all name to Boots Ennis at the same time. Y'all moving away from becoming undisputed, and y'all attaching y'all name with Boots Ennis at the same damn time. The difference between Boots Ennis as far as the Bud Crawford situation, Bud Crawford, Boots wants that fight, and Boots was trying to move to get that fight. He was. Went into his whole sanctioning body in the IBF trying to get it with Earl and Bud. He making moves. He making motion to try to get big fights. You not. You don't want no big fights. You cool with fighting fucking Jen Sasaki for a few hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all don't really want no smoke for real, man. We see right through that whole bullshit with the Normans. Y'all got scary behavior. Y'all trying to tell the world right now that Boots Ennis don't want to fight y'all when they on record in the post press conference saying that they want to fight y'all. Eddie Hearn said he talked to Bob Arum about the fight. He said Bob Arum said they willing to make the fight. So where we at now? Bob Arum said they willing to make the fight. So where y'all at wanting to make the fight? Because like I said before, Eddie Hearn and Boots is showing that they want to make the fight happen. Where's y'all interest in making the fight happen? Where's y'all interest in making the fight happen with Boots Ennis? On y'all end, Brian Norman Sr. Answer that. I need to know. I know you're gonna watch the live for sure. And I'm gonna clip this part up for sure so you can see it so you can hop in the comments again too. Bob Earl is on record telling Eddie Hearn that they want to make the fight happen. They willing to do so. So where y'all part of the bargain? We want to know. We seeing through the cat, man. Y'all choosing to pick Jen Sasaki to go to Japan and fight a fight that nobody damn cares about instead of fighting for a unification with Boots Ennis to get the Ring magazine, the WBA, and the IBF title. Y'all don't want to fight for real. We calling that shit out, bro. KQKC Boxing Network. Salute to my brother, man. Salute, OG, man. You already know. I was just talking about that situation too just now, OG, man. For sure. Man, salute. Hey, everybody subscribe to KQKC Boxing Network if you ain't subscribed. Does great boxing content over there. And his commentary on the fights every weekend, lit. Second to none. Definitely one of them guys. Like, for sure. Salute to KQKC Boxing, man. For sure. Yeah, the Normans is cat. Like, they all cat. All cat. And I'm not going to sit there and continue to listen to Brian Norman and his bullshit. Talking about, oh, Boots Ennis don't want to fight us. They don't want to fight us. But Eddie Hearn is already talking to Bob Earn about trying to make the fight. He said Bob Earn is willing to make the fight. So I'm asking tonight, where is the Normans end of the bargain as far as them wanting to fight with Boots Ennis? Because Boots Ennis and his team is showing interest in making the fight happen. And we ain't seeing it on y'all end. Like, make this make sense. Brian Norman can't answer that. He was deflecting a lot of questions too when he was on there with KC earlier. Just like the Haneys. You ask them a question, they deflect from it, they move around, talk about some other shit. They don't answer the question directly ever. Shit be fraudulent, man. These boxing daddies is out of pocket, man. They be moving fraudulent for their fucking sons. And it makes me question, do they really got the best interest of their son's career for real? Do Bill Haney really got the best interest of his son's career of all of the shit that happened in the past year? Like, he ruined his brand by being the first boxer to sue somebody for battery in a boxing match. Totally ruined his brand. Does Brian Norman Sr. has the best interest of Brian Norman Jr.'s career? They scared to lose that O, man. They scared to lose that O. Brian Norman Jr. He just got that title. Not even a whole year ago. Just got that title. Yeah, they want to hold on it. Yeah, they want to hold on to that title. They don't want to give up that title right away because they know in reality, they know they can't beat fucking Boots for real. They know in their heart they can't beat Boots. That's why they ain't take the fight last year when it was offered to them. Talk about it was just one negotiation. Nigga, y'all was y'all had a counter offer and everything for the negotiations for that fight with Boots last year. It wasn't just one negotiation. This man Brian Norman is going around all of these platforms lying, and deflecting when you ask him real questions and being a sucker. Because that shit he did earlier with OG, that was some sucker shit. And I'm calling it out. That was some sucker shit. And it ain't respected over here. And we ain't gonna never respect that shit. Fast KQ, yeah, he got elevated to champ. He was an interim champ. He wasn't even a regular champ. The Normans scared for that boy to lose that title. They don't want to fight Boots after they seen what they seen last Saturday. Cause they know Boots, he the real deal. He one of them guys. And Brian Norman talking about the performance is all regular and shit. We ain't never see you do no had no. We ain't seen your son have no performance like that. Yeah, he beats Giovanni Santillan last year. Okay, that's done. Yeah, he did his job. If he would have lost that fight, his ass would have been on the chopping block over there on top rank. They probably wouldn't even be on the platform right now. So salute to them for getting that win on that fight. Salute to them for being the WBO champion at 147. But it's put up or shut up. It's either mandatories or unifications over here. That's what we want from the champions. We want mandatories or unifications. We don't give a fuck about no bullshit voluntary fight with a dude in Japan, Jin Sasaki, at 147. We don't care about it. Nobody ain't watching, dude. Nobody ain't tapped in. You feel me? Like I'm just saying in general. We see all through the Norman's bullshit. And the Norman, Brian Norman Sr. that is, he gonna do the same shit like Bill Haney. He gonna end up fucking that boy's career up. Cause Bill Haney, we done seen what he done with Devin Haney. He already fucking Devin Haney's career up already. And we seeing that in the flesh right now, in real time. And the way Brian Norman Sr. headed, he headed in that same direction, messing that boy Brian Norman Jr.'s career up. With all of this bullshit that he doing, all of the lies and contradictions is gonna be called out. We gonna cook up all of that shit. We call them balls and strikes like my boy KQKC say. You know what I mean? Like you ain't gonna be able to lie. Cause CamJNetwork, we calling all of that shit out. I done called that out on Devin Haney. I done called the shit out on Shakur Stevenson. I done called the bullshit out on Bud Crawford. Brian Norman Jr. won't be no different. He won't. I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry, man. But Brian Norman Sr., Brian Norman Jr., we see through the bullshit. And right now, y'all got scary behavior right now with Boots Ennis right now, man. And that's ending the show, man. Hey, everybody, man. Salute to everybody that was on the show tonight, man. Like and comment on the replay for sure if y'all watching on the replay for sure. And subscribe to CamJ Network on YouTube, man. We working, man. We grinding. We got a lot of content on the way, man. I'm definitely gonna be clipping up, and I'm gonna be giving some content from this show tonight, man. Definitely thanks to everybody that tuned in tonight, man. KC Boxing, Ring Walk Boxing Podcast, my chick Ty, all things, man. Define Irony, Crucial Content, Thomas Hill, man. No, Doughboy. Salute to everybody that came in for sure, man, in the chat today. And this was a great show, man. Definitely great show, man. I appreciate everybody, man, supporting me, man, for sure. We working, man. We grinding. and we got a lot on the way, man. We'll be live most likely Thursday. I would say Thursday. Because tomorrow I'll be live with my college football show tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So it's up, man. Salute to everybody, man, and we out of here.